Part of me sad. Part of me's happy for him. And I think as he wakes up this morning, thinks about it, it has to cross through his mind, like, do I want to do this anymore? Because if I go, let's say, and we know how the UFC is, man. The UFC is not like, oh, let's coddle Conor and give him, this guy. Let's give him a Diego Sanchez. We know they're not going to do that. They're going to go, all right, Conor's on the back end, man. We need to build up the next guy. Here's Justin Gaethje. That's what they're going to do. Here's Charles Oliveira. Here's Dan Hooker. Look at 55, man. What are you going to do? What fight's fun there for him, So if you're Conor, you got to wake up and be like, all right, another knockout loss, what's that do to my legacy? What's that do to me being cemented as one of the greatest to ever do it? Where another loss? Dude. So now when you're talking about legacy, which we know he cares about, because I don't think he would have ever come back and go on this run if Khabib wasn't out and it wasn't for legacy. But now we're talking about legacy, another loss, Bubba, and then what are we going to do, dude? Because you don't want to be remembered as that, Nor should he. But again, there's no sport like mixed martial arts. There's no sport, especially like the UFC, because we always say, oh, these guys need more money. These guys need, we don't want them to have brain trauma. We want to see him walk away. And yet you want to see Conor fight more. Conor's happy, man. He's happy. He doesn't have that fighter spirit anymore, really. Whenever you lose, if it doesn't fucking shake you to your core, if your entire world isn't crumbling, if it doesn't feel like you can breathe the next morning, you got to get out. You got to get out, man. Because there's a kid from a favela in Brazil named Charles Oliveira who will snatch your fucking neck off for a fraction of the money you're getting paid. A fraction. I could call him tonight and he'd be on a plane from Brazil and fight you tomorrow in a backyard, at a playground, and will snap your fucking neck off. And he's not going on yachts. He's never been on a yacht. He does not have those fancy watches. He does not have a deal with Netflix. He does not have whiskey to fall back on. He's going to snap your fucking neck off, man. So a bit of me is sad because I just felt bad for him. I don't know. I know. And I know you guys are like, oh, but he has all the money in the world and fame. I get that. But you guys should know by now, everybody should know money does not equal happiness. It doesn't. It doesn't, man. So for Conor, that money box is checked, which is fantastic. Good for him, man. He beat the game. He's the biggest to ever do it. But just as a human being, to see him lose like that, you're just like, fuck, man. Fuck. Heartbreaking. Happy for Dustin. And don't get twisted. I'm way closer with Dustin than I am Conor. Way closer. Dustin's my boy. I text Dustin. He knows the bet, that there's no disrespect there. Hopefully Theo buys $1,000 of his hot sauce.
This is what Dan sent me. Dustin Poirier replying to...
Yeah, I talked to Dustin early this morning. He was first paper, and then Dustin pay Theo his money. Hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll get him on food truck. Dustin knows I love him. It's just, So for Conor, I don't want to see him fight a Gaethje next. I don't want to see him fight a Dan Hooker next. I'd like to see him fight a Nate Diaz if they're going to do it. If he wants to do it. From what I saw, it didn't look like the Conor that wants to do it. He looked nervous going in. He looked nervous walking to the cage. We've never seen him like that. And he always gets up. He likes the melee, the chaos, the craziness that he brings to an arena. That's not there during COVID. So he can't feed off that energy, Granted, those Irish fans out there were loud. God bless them, man. As loud as they could be. Probably 7,000 people in there. But he's used to a packed house, and he feeds off that energy. And that's not there.
Yep.
And if your heart's not into it, maybe if they want to mark it as Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz, the last fight, both done, I'd watch that.
What would you think? So how you mentioned, he did mention the time off, and he also mentioned like the calf kicks was what caused him to to get knocked out, essentially. Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like he just lost some of his chin. I don't know.
I don't know if Dustin Poirier hits like a Mack truck.
Okay.
Dustin Poirier hits like a Mack truck, and I do think his leg was compromised. You don't get to Conor McGregor's level and not know how to check a leg kick. It's not. This isn't a new technique. This isn't something where it's like, holy, a fucking calf kick? This is insane. We've never seen this before. Again, he's fallen so in love with boxing, that wasn't a huge focus. Mm-hmm. It's mixed martial arts. But Mike Brown, shout out to him. It's just, when you see something like that, usually going to fight, unless you're fighting, a Nate Diaz, we know for a fact doesn't kick. He's really the only guy that doesn't kick. These Rusty's 155ers. What do you think he's doing against Justin Gaethje?
I know, that's insane.
What are you gonna do? What are you? Charles Oliveira can fucking kick. Tony Ferguson can kick. Dos Santos can kick. Hooker can kick. Paul Felder can kick. Dariush can kick. It's just, because they're mixed martial artists. But when you fall so in love with boxing and your main focus has been boxing, it's tough. Like Andrew Schultz texted me and just went, man, has he never fought a kicker before? No, he has. Then why was he checking him? I don't know what to tell you, dude. Hell yeah, spilled this coffee all over me.
Again.
Fuck yeah, dude. Again. I did all over my white Conor McGregor hoodie last week. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, stained fucking jersey. My throwback Phillies jersey. Yes, just got it. Fuck yeah, that's cool, man. Hell yeah, stained. Coffee doesn't come out easy. Yeah. Fuck, man. Fuck, I'm trying to hold it in. I'm still upset. Yeah, a little bit of me's heartbroken. But fuck yeah. I don't want to take away from Dustin Poirier, because again, he's my boy. I'm super happy for him. But it's not about Dustin Poirier, is it? Now, he has a kid. He has a wife and he's doing the damn thing. But again, Dustin Poirier has nothing. He has hot sauce. He has his hot sauce, Shout out to his hot sauce. It is fucking delicious. Theo gave me a bottle. I think Theo has a hand in that, whatever. He keeps pushing on me and doing reads for it on King of the Sting, so I'm skeptical of it. Yeah, I was just bummed out, man. I was just bummed out. That's where I'm at on it. Just bummed out. For Dustin Poirier, the world is your oyster, young man. Theo texted me this morning, goes, it's ridiculous that he needs a fucking belt. Hold on, dude. Yeah, that probably should have been for an interim belt. And again, you guys, and I said this on that TSN Toronto show, everybody, you've got to move on from Khabib. Khabib is not fighting. When Dana met with him, Khabib went, I don't want to fight anymore. He goes, well, it's over. He does not want to do it anymore. He goes, and you can, there's only one way to interpret, and there's only one way to take this. When he goes, if a guy came out and did a lot of work and rise to the top, then maybe. He's not talking about off UFC 257, you fucks. He's talking about if a guy, let's say Poirier, or let's say Charles Oliveira, let's say they give him Dustin Poirier next. He snaps his neck in the first round. Then they give him Michael Chandler. He snaps his neck in the first round. Then they give him Justin Gaethje and he snaps his neck in the first. And he goes on this fucking tear and he looks unstoppable and nobody can beat him. Then you might wake up the monster in Khabib and he might come out from Dagestan. He might. He's not talking about, when Michael Chandler, when everyone's like, there we go, Khabib, you're going to take it? He's like, no, that's one fight. I'm talking about a guy doing legacy shit. If they think he's the man, I'll come out. He texts Dana and went, damn well none of these guys are on my level. He already beat Dustin Poirier. Chandler only has one fight in the UFC. He's talking about a guy putting in work, a run. So we've got to stop hoping the ghost of Khabib comes out of the woodworks and fights in the division. The division has got to move on. Dana needs to move. Dude, you got to move on. You got to move on because you have fucking killers waiting. You have them waiting. Dustin Poirier deserves it. The amount of work that man has put in, you got to wrap a belt around his waist. Now, that should have been for an interim belt, but it's not, because at the same time, UFC is going to be a little weird about it, right? Because again, they know Conor's only done 5 rounds in 4 years. They know that. You can't award a guy a belt off that. Even though it's Conor McGregor, you would fuck up the whole system. So like, no, not yet. But his next fight's going to be for a belt. And Dustin Poirier say he doesn't want to fight Michael Chandler. Did he say why? I know in the press conference he was like, if Michael Chandler's the next one for interim belt, I'll just go sell my hot sauce. Damn, hot sauce selling like that, son? It's good, and I hope it's fucking crushing it. But damn, you're going to turn out Michael Chandler? It's a good fight.
He did mention that Michael Chandler beat someone that he just beat, and then Dan Hooker lost twice already. And then he's also the new kid on the block. He doesn't feel like he deserves it. And
I would assume the UFC feels like he doesn't deserve it too. Even though, again, if you look at the body of work for Michael Chandler, he does deserve it. He's beat some fucking dogs in Bellator, and now that he's over here, you give him a number 6 guy who's not a great matchup for him, and he fucking starches him. You know, I can see them doing it, but they're not going to. There's no way you can just skip over Charles Oliveira. You can't. You do Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira, and you do Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. There you go. But Poirier versus Charles Oliveira should be for the interim belt. That should just be for the belt. I'm doing it myself. We've got to move on. That should just be for the fucking real belt. Then the winner of Dustin Charles fights the winner of Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler. It's a 4-man race. The 4-man race. Then, so you're gonna have this bracket, right? The bracket's getting narrower, right? You start with what, 8 in the light weight division, and it's narrow. So we're at the final 4. Those are your final 4. Then out of that final 4, you're gonna branch off, and you're gonna have this marquee fight of Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor. It's gonna be a big one, but it's not gonna affect these 4. This can be fun for the fans. Not gonna affect these 4. These 4 at a different level.
The Gaethje Chandler one's good too because they're both champions of other promotions.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Those, yeah.
Great fight. Gaethje's a knockout artist. Great takedown defense. Chandler fancies himself a wrestler. Knockout artist. Both former world champions, like you mentioned. One at World Series, one at Bellator. Let them scrap. But what you can't do is have Chandler leapfrog Charles Oliveira. He's just putting some work, man. He's been the organization for too long. Did Dustin Poirier say who he wants to fight?
I don't think he's mentioned.
No.
He
just got in the States at 3 a.m. this morning.
Damn. Remember that Hooker thing too that we talked about last week? I think it was last week, how he can't go back to New Zealand for a long ass time after his loss. That's just so sucky.
Did you hear this? That Dan Hooker, when he's walking out, took his gloves and threw them into the octagon?
I heard people were talking about it on Twitter.
Yeah, I guess the broadcast didn't see it, but everyone in the arena, the media that was there said, he took his gloves off and threw them in there. Usually when you take your gloves off and throw them back in the octagon, it means retirement. Now, I bet he's just emotional and he's probably not retired. He still has a lot of work to do. But that would be crazy if he did retire.
Yep.
So for Conor, I think the best thing to do with him is a Nate Diaz trilogy fight. Get that out of the way now. The longer that goes, the less we want to see it. And if for whatever reason you can't figure out with Nate Diaz, you got Tony Ferguson out there coming off a 2-fight skid, and you got Dan Hooker coming off a loss. You could do one of those. But again, you're talking about dogs who've been in the race. I like the Nate Diaz because he's also been out of the race. Big X factor, though, is how bad does Conor want to do it? He doesn't need to do it. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Ask yourself, why are you doing it? How'd you feel after it, Chin?
It was pretty, it hit hard. Like when you see him on the ground with his face kind of like out of it, it was just like, whoa.
Because remember, even Floyd didn't knock him down. So in a straight up boxing match, Floyd didn't knock him down. He had him fucked up. He didn't knock him down.
Yeah.
When you fancy yourself a striker and God, especially when you fought Eddie Alvarez, you think about those Jose Aldo days, you're talking about I would say Stylebender is probably the greatest now in the striking game, but Conor, especially at that time, was the best we've ever seen. He's the best we have to offer. If aliens came to this earth and went, all right, who's the best striking? I'd probably show him Conor McGregor against Eddie Alvarez, or I'd show him a Izzy fight. You could show him Wonderboy if you want. I'd be cool with that. But if you're on that Conor Dick train, we've never seen our guy get knocked out on the feet in UFC. We've always hung our hat on that. Go, yeah, you can take him down, choke him out. You guys are bitches. That's what people would say. Oh yeah, Khabib did that, but you get knocked out for staying on the feet. Nope. So for the first time, it's like, oh shit, he's not God's gift to mixed martial arts. And I don't like Khabib either with his tweets. Come on, Khabib. Why kick a guy when he's down? Because Conor's been nothing but graceful during this. You know? I'll give that to Conor. One thing about when he does lose, he loses like a beast.
He could not have done it better.
Loses like a beast.
Yeah.
And, watching that press conference, he goes, yeah, I wish I could say I was upset or sad. Like, this one, it doesn't hit like it does. Yeah, because you're done, dude. Because you're happy in your life. You've made it, man. You're at the top of Mount Everest. You can only fall and get fucked up. You're at the top. Stay up there, Bubba. Stay up there in your fucking Gucci jacket, and you got a dope mansion up there, and you can fucking ski down. But listen, stay up there, dude, and enjoy the view, because you're not enjoying it right. You're happy. You can only go down.
So if you were Conor, you were in his team, you would tell him just do one more, or just quit now, or do one with Nate, and then
I would only fight Nate next. I would not fight a Tony. I would not fight. I sure as fuck would not fight Justin Gaethje. I would not do that. Again, you can only fuck up your legacy now.
So you would tell him to do one more with Nate, or just leave right now?
I would see where he's at. Whoever's closest with him, I'd have a heart to heart. What's he tell his wife when they're in bed? He's like, "Fuck, why am I doing this?" You got to stop, dude.
Yeah.
You can only go down from here. You're at the top of Mount Everest. Even after this loss, you're still at the top. Starting to get slippery up there, but you're at the top. One more, dude, and you're off that mountain. You're at that mountain.